Yes, Soul Tribe. What's good? What's good? I'm your host, King Lion, and welcome to the podcast Awaken Your Inner Beast, sponsored by Anchor FM. Awaken Your Inner Beast podcast was created to help and assist and support your self-development journey towards being the best version of yourself by aligning your mind, body, soul, and spirit. Disclaimer: this podcast may have offensive language that may offend you and trigger your awakening. So listen at your own free will, yeah. Ashe. So without further ado, let's do this, Soul Tribe. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to the Divine Feminine, as 100% of our podcast listeners are female so far. So thank you for tuning in to our podcast, Awaken Your Inner Beast. All around the world, your love and support is truly appreciated. Ashe. And shout out to United States, United Kingdom, Germany, Canada, India, France, Singapore, New Zealand, Ireland, Pakistan, South Africa, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and last but least, Australia. Gang gang. You know, when we started this podcast, we never thought that we'd reach such a wide audience globally. So we're grateful, much grateful, and especially with like the amount of females that have tapped in. And I know myself, as being a divine masculine, I've always been appreciative of the divine feminine energy as well. You know, and with my own inner feminine energy coming into alignment within. So also, before we get into this bonus episode, I also wanted to just state that if you're listening to this podcast on certain platforms, don't have the same vibe and the music and stuff. So like our previous episode 3 wasn't available on all platforms. So like, if you're tuning in on Anchor FM and Spotify is probably the best to get the whole vibe. And all the songs that are on each podcast will be added to the self-care playlist on our YouTube channel at BODYBYLION. So let's do this, Soul Tribe. Lunar Eclipse bonus episode, we'll be decoding the lunar eclipse, shadow work, dream journaling, ascension symptoms, DNA upgrades, and the current energy shifts for the Soul Tribe, aka the collective. And I'll be also sharing with you 4 self-development tips for that mind, body, soul alignment. So let's do this, Soul Tribe. So the lunar eclipse will be happening on the 19th of November 2021 at 9 a.m. I think UK time. So go do your research, because obviously all around the world it's going to be happening at different times and so forth. So I'll say shout out to my mentors and give them a follow on YouTube, the Hood Mystic and Awaken at Mastering the Zodiac as well, because they give like more of a holistic approach towards astrology and astronomy and so forth. And like, so even though I'm studying tropical astrology, I'm studying that just so I can connect more with the Soul Tribe. So I use tropical to connect with my soul family, Soul Tribe. And then True Sidereal for me just resonates more, and the whole why I changed my name online to MrOphiuchus, which is like the 13th sign, which is hidden. And for many years, so when I was in this toxic relationship, this girl, she was fear-mongering, she was a narcissist on the next level, and I was just in a place to like scared to tell people about this sign. Because I was just like, yo, the whole Bible already talks about snakes and serpents being the devil and all of this bullshit. And when she was telling me about this new sign, and I was like, hold on, so I'm also this sign. And it just made so much sense why every time it's Scorpio. So tropical astrology, I am a Sagittarius sun, Virgo rising, and Cancer moon. But like then in true sidereal, I would be a Fucus sun, Leo rising, and Gemini moon. And then in Vedic, I'll be Scorpio sun, Leo rising, and Gemini moon. So yeah, so when I started studying 13th sign astrology, Ophiuchus, the 13th constellation and all of this, and I was just like, wow, how can I actually even tell people about this side without them thinking I'm the devil because of Christianity and this patriarchal fucked up system and the matrix and so forth. So yeah, so I'm actually grateful now of that toxic relationship, which was around 4 years ago, which kind of was another awakening and this dark night of the soul and my Kundalini arising. I think that's when that started occurring. And as well as like my Saturn return, I was having my Saturn return as well, my solar return, and having that Kundalini awakening all at once was like, yeah, it was a lot. But yeah, we're grateful for the lessons and the blessings that with each person that comes into our life, you know. And I think like this is what Rahu and Ketu has been teaching me. Like Rahu is like your destiny, the future, where you're heading, but try not to obsess on the destiny so much. It's like enjoy the journey while you're on your way to the destiny, but also remember that you are the destiny, if that makes sense. And then it's like with K2, the South Node is like the past. So it's like letting go of all the fuckeries, all the abuse, toxic relationships, childhood traumas, and so forth. Like, shadow work, exercises, chakra healing, crystal healing, Ascension Symptoms have been they've been more easier to handle now versus to before. I didn't have all these tools in place implemented into my daily life and self-care rituals. So yeah, so I would say check out, I'll put links below to free birth chart readings and all of that, and you can just have a look and see where Rahu and Ketu is in your birth chart, and like just see what with like K2, the South Node, what do you need to release and let go of the past, like things, people, places, thoughts and emotions that no longer serve you. And then with Rahu, the North Node is like, where are you heading, your destiny, your life goals. Also, I'd say check out your MC as well and your 10th house, because this is like your career, your house of career and work. And it's like the work you're doing, are you enjoying it, or is it like just to pay the bills kind of thing, to get by and like living by paycheck to paycheck? And in the past I used to be doing all types of jobs just for money, you know, just for security, and you're realizing it's like I don't enjoy this. And especially on the jobs, if people like, I had my previous, I think one of my last 2 previous jobs, my boss was a fucking narcissist.com, you know, womanizer, just racist, just everything. And yeah, and I think those kind of people and jobs and stuff kind of made me to think, you know what, I can't work for people no more. So that's why I created BODYBYLION, where I can combine all of my services with vegan meal prep, personal training, and tarot reading and health coaching all into one place for the Soul Tribe. So yeah, like just check it out where it is in your chart. And also, like with the Naga and serpent energy, again, if you research in the Hindu mythology, it is like all about the Kundalini awakening, rising that life force prana energy, you know, through your chakras, but also grounding yourself at the same time. And I feel like this is what, in my past, I wasn't really doing this, or I think I wasn't really skillful in grounding. And with someone who suffers with mental illness, mental challenges is what I like to say now. So like with PTSD and borderline personality disorder, it's one of those where I realize like I need to ground myself before interacting with other people. And again, it's like if hurt people. And this is one of the things I've realized is like with these narcissists, energy vampires, sociopaths and psychopaths, you know, they don't have no fucking chill. They don't have no fucking remorse of how they treat people and shit. And it's like, I've been doing a lot of soul searching on this, and the readings I've been doing with my clients and the soul tribe, it's all literally like the same message, you know. It's just like, be true to yourself, follow your heart, don't sell out, you know, like it's not about selling our soul. And I feel like with certain jobs in the past and people around, it felt like that. It was like draining life force energy out of you. And you gotta realize, if the people you're around, if they drain you, if you feel drained after them and it's not even just a one-time occurrence, then you need to kind of question the people who you're around, you know, and if they're actually supporting you, or if they're just there like fucking a naysayer, you know, just like a critic, just like not actually giving you true support or even constructive criticism and stuff, you know, for you to progress in your journey. So yeah, so that's with the whole Rahu K2, aka North Node, South Node, and the Naga Serpent energy. And also shout out to the goddess Medusa as well, because when I actually started discovering her story, I think probably 2-3 years ago, it just was like, wow, you know, like the way society paints Medusa as a bad guy, but yet you don't even know what the fuckeries and shit she's been through. And I feel like it resonates with me with my whole childhood traumas and upbringings, and having like sexual abuse and stuff from a family friend, and just the way she's just been painted out to be the bad guy and stuff. And like I've had toxic family members who will do this triangular, I think it's called what is it called again? There's a term, you see, it's like triangular, making out you. So basically they will paint you like the bad guy to all the rest of the family members, so then that they have got a whole fucking flying monkeys. That's it, yes. The term is called flying monkeys. So if you're not aware of this term, I would highly recommend you checking out Med Circle on YouTube, and Dr. Ramanan, let me just say Dr. Rami. Yeah, Dr. Ramini, I think. Excuse my pronunciation. She's on YouTube, and she has been like my online therapist throughout the past 2 years now since I discovered her. She shows you all the signs of like if you've endured narcissistic abuse, if your parents are narcissists and all of this, and you just see the red flags, you know. And once there's so many red flags, then that's when you realize, yeah, okay, now you need to kind of set those healthy boundaries and focus on your mental health and well-being. And that is what I have been doing on my journey of self-development and helping others in the process. So what else was we going to speak on? We also, the gods and the goddesses, yes. So again, like in mythology, whichever gods and goddesses that like connect with you, or that you resonate with that energy, I would suggest like researching the mythology and like watching movies, like even the series American Gods. That is amazing. I highly recommend you watching that as well. There's some gems in there and you can decode it. So that is awesome. And healing with Chiron as well. Shout out to Chiron, the wounded healer. As a Sagittarius stellium, you know, like Chiron is my man. I fuck with him, and like he just find out his mythology again, and with your own placements, and find out where Chiron, the asteroid in your birth chart as well, can help you to heal childhood traumas, past life regression as well, and also like the current or present issues and wounds that you haven't already healed with. And you know, and using like aromatherapy and herbs as well is another thing I've added into my self-care rituals. Where else are we? And then as well, tapping in with our ancestors and the animal totems as well, because you know, it's like energy doesn't die, it just transforms and moves on. And like, yeah, like I would recommend you creating a ancestor altar, but at the same time as well, you don't want to be calling on just any of your ancestors, yeah, because I've realized from speaking from experience, yeah. And so as I was referring to the ancestors, yeah, but the toxic ones, where I would have expected them to even at least acknowledge their fuckeries and take accountability and even apologize, you know, in the afterlife. And, you know, but none of it. It was just more mockeries and just fuckeries. And I was just like, nah, we ain't dealing with that shit. You know, it's just like, goodbye, thank you, next type of vibes. And I'm noticing every time there's always been a passing, yeah, there have always been an animal totem or a spirit guide. So, for example, like when my mum passed when I was 5, the frog, which at the time I never knew was my first animal totem or spirit guide. And then I think when we went to Jamaica, there was a goat as well. And just like, and then with my grandma, I think with my grandma was the raven. My aunt Sonia was the magpies, you know, and it's just a lot of birds I've noticed. And then my uncle Michael this year was a magpie again. So they've always come to me, well, especially in the birds now. They come in like different forms, isn't it? I think it's like, it's what you need on that day or that time or where you are in your spiritual awakening, on your ascension journey. So I would say to anyone who has had any family members who have passed away, past, present, future, whatever, like, or if they're going through their, they're close to transitioning, I would say like just create in an altar, ancestor altar from now, and just like asking them like their favorite animals, things like that, so then you can even connect the dots if what I'm saying doesn't resonate or it sounds a bit out there, you know. I would say, you know, find out what their favorite animals are, and then you can just see for yourself, you know. But for me, yeah, so I've got a strong connection with the animal kingdom, and we're going to be doing, so with this whole podcast, there's going to be a reading which I'll upload onto YouTube, and then the extended will be onto Patreon if you want to subscribe and join the Patreon gang. So I'm just checking my phone for what other topics. I've not missed any off, so we've said. And then dragon totems as well, the elemental kingdom. So this again will connect with Rahu and Ketu energy, because they are like serpent energies and the karmic nodes of the moon and stuff. So Again, if you want to do also shadow work, I would say like watch a movie on dragons. There's a few Pixel that are really, really cool that have come out recently that I watched the other day, but I don't know of my name. But if it's on Disney. But yeah, so check out a dragon movie. So there's your self-care tips. Also, dream journaling as well is just an awesome way to tap into your subconscious mind, but also connect with your higher self and shadow self as well, and coming into alignment. So like if you haven't already got a dream journal, I highly recommend you getting one from now. That is one of the biggest self-care tips I would say. If none of the rest of this podcast doesn't resonate, as long as you get like the dream journal is a must have. Like just yeah. And again, it will help you with assisting with astral traveling and lucid dreaming as well. And we will put a little on Twitter, we'll post a few little tips on this, on how you can astral travel and lucid dreaming, as well as the Ascension Symptoms and DNAUPGRADES. That will all be on Twitter as well, just because I don't want to make this podcast too long. I was aiming for like 13 minutes, but I think we've gone over to maybe 20. But we'll try and shorten it the best we can. So movies as well, other movies we were trying to say with shadow work, The Matrix, Interception, 10 Rings is awesome. I just watched that the other day, and there's dragons in that as well. I think Manifest is on Sky TV, Cloak and Dagger, and Heroes. You can literally get lost in Heroes as well for many series. But yes, Soul Tribe, we will do the reading now. Get all this podcast together, then we'll upload the reading, record the reading very soon, and then I'll get that all uploaded for either tonight or tomorrow. But it will be out before the Lunar Eclipse. And we're going to be doing a little giveaway as well, just to say thank you, to our subscribers and followers, past, present, and future. So follow us on BODYBYLION at Instagram and on YouTube. We're on Facebook, but that is just for business, which we don't really use at the moment. But follow us on there and subscribe, and you can just see all what you have to do to win a free reading, the terms and conditions and all of that and so forth. So it's been a pleasure, Soul Tribe. One love, Jah blessings, peace, Ashe.